Noah Lyles versus Kishane Thompson. That is the 100-meter matchup that we have all been waiting for, at least for the better part of a year. And I thought we were going to have to wait until September, like for the World Championship final, for us to get it. And the Diamond League is giving the people what they want. Because on August 16th, they are going to face off in Silesia, Poland. This is not a drill. This is going to happen. Now, I get it. Athletes pull out all the time in track and field. But let us just assume for a moment, like humor me here, that they're both going to show up to the line. And they're both going to race. What is going to happen? Because Kishane Thompson and Noah Lyles are dominating the headlines in track and field this year with their performance on the track. Although we didn't get to see Noah Lyles much, now that he is here, he has made his presence felt. So I'm going to go, try to paint the picture, because we got to understand the narrative that's leading up to this race. Because although it's just a Diamond League race, it's not just a Diamond League race. In track and field right now, we have pro events that are not the World Championships or the Olympic Games, which are international events for the record. These events don't really have stakes, just being honest. The races are just practices. We go out there, we run, people get appearance fees, and when it's over, it's over. That's why people keep saying it doesn't matter if you don't do it at the Worlds or the Olympics. And that's why qualifying to get there is such a big deal. We know that Noah and Kishane Thompson are qualified for the Worlds. That is set in stone. They're going to have to run through the rounds and they'll meet in the final, just like they did at the Games. Because the collision course that we saw last year, that same one is set again. But the narrative that's leading to this year, like this Diamond League meeting, the narrative is really going to tell us a whole lot as far as like what actually happens when we get to the Worlds. Because track and field really has two narratives going on. And it all comes back down to who is really the fastest man. One side of the argument are the people who focus on the clock. And if that's what you want, I agree. Kishane Thompson is the world's fastest man. Last year and this year, he put the fastest times on the board that anybody recorded. Now, he didn't put him down by crazy numbers. 9.75 to now 9.79, I mean, it's 400th of a second, but it's faster. And 9.77 last year to 9.79. Once again, it is faster. That is the Kishane Thompson experience. But Kishane Thompson, generally speaking, this year when we've seen him, and I'm just going to focus on the outdoor side, because we had some indoor sightings, but at the end of the day, when we got him outdoors, he started his season like in the 100 on the Diamond League. And when we saw that race, he ended it more or less the exact same way that the Olympic final ended, where Kishane Thompson was approaching the line. He was running away from the field, but Akani Simbini reeled him in, and that's how he ended up getting second place. Remember, that's exactly what happened in the Olympic final. From that moment up until now, as far as I can remember, he hasn't lost a 100-meter race. He's run away from the field, and they haven't been able to catch him. And that's how we got to what we've witnessed, not just at the race's Grand Prix, but then at the Jamaican National Trials. That's where the 9.75 bomb was dropped, because that is a clock that we haven't seen in, again, about a decade. 9.75. We've been waiting to see that win legal for the longest. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, and if you really want to know what's going on with the fastest athletes in the world, then you are in the right place. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. Noah Lyles hasn't run a whole lot of hundreds this year. He only ran one, as far as I know, before the American trials. That said, between those two 100s, he's more or less given you about 10-0 performances, but he won his heat at the USA's. The first heat, he didn't run a semifinal or a final. He didn't have to because he had to bye to the Worlds. And then when you move over to what we saw in London, he got second place in a race where Oblique Seville went off. Like, he left that field all the way into the 9.8s. Nobody else came with him. That was then. This is now, because that was the first 100 he had run of the season. Now that we fast forward, Noah Lyles is the world leader in the 200. He won in Monaco against Silesia Diamond, who was the world leader. He won at the USA's against Kenny Bednarik in a very aggressive, some people call it testy, some people even call it spicy race. But at the end of the day, Kenny Bednarik would have been the world leader if Noah Lyles did not go off the way he did. Like, Noah Lyles may not be in top form yet. Like, anybody who really studies the sport knows that. But he's starting to look pretty good. So now, this 100-meter dash is the biggest test of the season. 100%. No other race he's going to run will be as important as this one. And it starts to feel like, again, this is on the Noah Lyles side of the train. Like, for what Noah Lyles has been doing, every single race he has run has been strategic, including this Silesia. Like, this one that's going to come in Silesia. The first time we saw him in a 100 or a 200 outdoors, going to Monaco was a statement race. He shows up with a bunch of men who've run fast times on the clock. Let's keep that in mind. And the world leader is there, who also beat him in the Olympic final, and he beats all of them. It doesn't matter how he did it. What matters is it was his first race, more or less his first outdoor sprint race the entire year, not counting the 400, and he wins it. Then at the USA's, he wins the 100-meter heat, which isn't all that important, but when you get to the 200, he runs through the rounds, there's only 2 rounds, and wins the final. For the record, he was the fastest man on the leaderboards in the semifinal round as well. But he is now the world leader. We haven't seen him run much, but if you say Letsile Teboho, Kenny Bednarik, obviously everybody who's behind them in those races, and now he's coming after Kishane Thompson. Noah Lyles clearly wants all the smoke. Forget about all these warm-up races that people be doing. He's warming up with the fastest men in the world because he believes that he is the world's fastest man. I said earlier that the clock is just one side of the argument. The other is actually beating people. That's what Noah's been doing this year. But it didn't happen in London, and that means he could lose this 100 as well. The thing is, when it comes to the Worlds and what we expect to actually happen, the way I see this movie playing out is it depends on whose strategy actually plays out better. Kishane Thompson is the favorite for this reason. We are expecting that he can blow away the field. He's going to end the race before it really begins. He'll get so far away from everybody else in the field that they're not going to be able to come catch him, even though Noah Lyles specifically is going to try. He's the only person who is showing up to the World this year that I know of who has made it very clear that he can snatch a body. He can be behind at 40, 50, 60, and 70 and still get you at the line no matter who you are or what you think you're doing in this present game. Again, we're talking about this time in history. We're not talking about Bolt and his era. We're talking about right now. Kishane Thompson is the only person who's shown us that he might have enough talent to make that talent, make that specific skill that Noah has, irrelevant. He can just get far enough away where you can't catch him anyway. So that's what we're about to find out. Because up until now, when Noah Lyles has been running in championship finals, he's had an ability in the last few years to control a race. It feels almost as if he's manipulating it to some degree, where he can keep it in the pocket where he can reach you. Can you get away from him? That's what Kishane has to do. And can he hold him off? Silesia will give us the greatest example, the greatest test. Because if you watch Kishane Thompson run, go back to his Prefontaine race, like the one that he ran 9.85 after the Jamaican national trial the week before. That wasn't the best race you've ever seen from Kishane Thompson. The clock is still fast, don't get me wrong. But 9.85 on that day, the field was coming to get him. The last 30 meters, people were making very legitimate gains on him. Trayvon Bromell actually only finished off by a 10th. Jarnell Hughes finished off by 600th of a second. Everybody was making a move. Kishane was just too far away for anybody to come get him. But you really have to ask yourself, at this moment in track and field, with everything we have to go off of in the last 24 months, who is more talented? Jarnell Hughes, Trayvon Bromell, or Noah Lyles? So Kishane Thompson getting out on the field, that's not really the question. But we do know that Noah Lyles is able to go and get the rest of the field. He did it at the games last year, and he might be able to do it again. Silesia will be the first test. All of this is speculation because the race itself has to go down. For that matter, both men have to get to the line healthy and actually run it. But I am just glad that at least for this moment, we have something else to look forward to. Because the world's fastest men, yes, I said men, that is plural, will be showing up to the track, and only one of them is going to leave as the victor in Silesia. In the sport of track and field, race day is honestly the easy part, because all of the real work gets put in when nobody is watching. When you wear every day is training day gear, you can let the whole world know that your success in competition is not an accident. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below, and it always comes with free shipping. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.